You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I am your host, Deanie. We have two wonderful episodes for you tonight, two special guests. So you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say that, as an unspoken rule, you kind of want to leave the world better than you found it, And if not the world, what about just each place that you go? Leave it better than you found it. Leave each person you encounter better off for having seen you. Leave each circumstance you experience better as a result of your involvement. Make each day better because of how you lived it. Tread lovingly, considerately, gratefully along the path of your life, and you'll find that path leading continual upward as a result. So give yourself at every opportunity, and those opportunities will become increasingly meaningful. Every self-centered pursuit will eventually grow tiresome and empty. And the more that you expand your thoughts, your efforts, and your focus beyond yourself, the more fulfilling each moment will be. So spend time and energy in the service of things bigger than yourself. Not only will you help to lift the world higher, you'll be lifting yourself as well to places you could never otherwise imagine. Take that from me, Coach Denny. That is my word. Let's go.
Ooh, 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 yeah! Wow! This is the voice of Dominic Toney, here to invite you to see me perform live, May 25th at the North Hills Dive Bar and Grill.
See Dominic Toney live, May 25th at the North Hills Dive Bar and Grill. Dominic Toney live, May 25th at the North Hills Dive Bar and Grill. Showtime starts at 8 p.m. For more information on how to book Dominic Toney to perform in your venue, go to www.dominictoney.com.
Don't miss out on a night to remember. Come make some memories with me. And remember, folks, you ain't heard nothing yet.
All right. Welcome back. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Deanie. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these awesome human beings. The ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, guys, welcome back to the show, Vigilantes Radio, where music meets its makers. And tonight, we are thrilled to have a true musical innovator in the house. His name is Viisi, and with his electrifying new single, I Left My Hometown, Viisi not only pushes the boundaries of genre, but also those of what it means to pursue your dreams. So with that, let's welcome Viisi to the show. Hey, my man, how's it going?
Good, and thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, man. It is fantastic to have you here sharing your journey and your sound with us. So I guess to kick things off, tell us a little bit about your musical background.
Yeah, I've been just like a lover of music for as long as I can remember, and I never really picked up any instruments or anything like that, but I really dove deep into, lyrics and writing and everything like that. And that was something I fell in love with from an early age, as well as performance-based, like the aspect of music. So I got really into that, and I just started writing from a very, very young age, which is why now still I'm a very writing-focused, lyric-focused type of artist.
Absolutely. And if I can get it correctly, did you begin at 14, or was that like around the first period when you began to release music online?
Yeah, so 14 was the first time that I ever publicly released anything. I was writing lyrics and poetry, from, I want to say, like as early as probably 8 years old. But yeah, 14 was the first time I ever decided to actually put something out into the world.
Man, how did it feel?
It felt surreal. I got an unexpected amount of love on it, weirdly enough, from just family and friends and people I was in school with at that time. I just thought either nothing was going to happen or I was probably going to get teased for it, but there was a lot of support, and I think that first initial amount of support and reaction was probably the reason why I stuck to it so heavily up until this point still.
Absolutely, man. I've heard a few records, from that period, and they were not bad. They were actually good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, sometimes I go back and I just listen to, what I've been making then and what I've been making now. And, I still feel like I stay true to myself as a writer and as a person. I just think, obviously the actual quality of sound is gotten better. But I appreciate you digging that far back.
Absolutely, man. And hearing your music now, oh man, the evolution there is crazy. So what could you contribute that evolution part of your sound and soundscape to?
I would say a big part of it is I'm always trying to push myself outside of what I'm used to or what I've been, whatever I've gotten quote unquote good at. As soon as I feel like I've gotten a little not too good, but just where it becomes almost easy, I start to try other things as well. Like when I first started making music, I was doing nothing but rap music. And then, I was just a rapper for about 5 years, and then I decided I was going to start trying to sing. And then after that, it went from just singing pop music, and then I pushed myself to punk music, and there was even a part of time where I was doing EDM as well, like production. So
wow.
There's definitely been a lot of different eras, and I like to push myself outside those boundaries.
Was there a particular marker that you set your course to, to compare yourself with?
You know what? Not really. And sometimes I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, just because I like to step outside the box so much that when people ask me, questions similar to that, what kind of music do you make, what genre, who are your inspirations, or who do you sound most like, anything like that, I don't really know how to answer that question, just because I like to always be pushing and going outside. Like, for example, I started as a rapper, and, to this day, a lot of people still look at me like I am a rapper, even though I do so many different things. I just want to be known as an artist, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, do you still have the itch to go bar for bar? Especially with the Drake and Kendrick Lamar thing going on?
That specifically inspires me in a way that, I feel like no other aspect of music does. Just the bar for bar and being witty and the double entendres and everything like that. That's everything that's rooted so deeply in my heart. And even the other day, I went into the studio and I did make a record that was just as rappy as I could possibly make it, bar for bar, and it definitely was inspired by everything going on right now, and that'll always be a part of me for sure.
Yeah, man, I was just going to ask you too, will we ever get a chance to hear that raw, unfiltered viisi just going at it?
Absolutely, and I want to say probably sooner than everybody thinks, because there's a part of me as a rapper that not a lot of people have heard yet publicly, that I can't wait to one day come out with.
Why the wait?
That part of me is, I think, a little bit more difficult for large majorities of people to latch onto. I kind of want to savor that to, one, get really, really good at it so that when it finally does drop, I really come out swinging because, like I said, rap music is so special to me. I want to be able to do it justice, like not just myself, but the genre as well, that when I finally come out, it's as good as it can possibly be and in front of as many people as possible as well, because that's really, truthfully, where it all started for me.
Right, man. So reflecting on your own experiences, if you could give your younger self any advice, what would you say to a young viisi?
I would tell myself, definitely, I would say don't wait as long as I did initially to branch out into other things. I would just say learn as much as possible in the different fields of making music and just keep trying new things, even if you don't have the intention of releasing it or anyone to ever hear it. Just do whatever feels right in the moment, because I've realized a lot lately that that's the type of thing that makes me better as an artist quicker, is just continuing to push myself outside of the comfort zone, which I stayed in for a long time when I first started.
I get that. How do you know when you're ready? Now, I've been in the industry for like 25 years professionally, and I've come across a lot of artists that are ready and some that are not. And being ready has always been the key for those who are successful, because they're just ready to go at the drop of a dime. But yeah, same question, man. Like, how do you know when you're ready?
By ready, do you mean to like introduce your music and yourself to the world?
Yeah, you said, don't wait so long like you did. And I know sometimes it comes with like building the confidence up, building your sound, your stage presence. It could be a number of different things. But yeah, what would you? How could an artist tell if they're ready to go?
It's a very special feeling. Like, I think the most important thing is, if you are an artist and you're not 100% sure whether or not you want to go public with it, just do anything and everything musically that you can that feels right, and eventually you'll get to a point where you do feel this. It's like a very special, it's confidence, but I want to use a different word for it almost, but it's just like it's a feeling in your heart that you just kind of know, like, I think I'm just ready to make the jump forward. But I would just say search for that confidence and branch out in as many ways as possible, because eventually you'll get to a point where you're ready to break out.
Yeah, man, absolutely. You mentioned comfort zone. Your latest single, "I Left My Hometown," it's such a huge barrier breaker, right? And this is actually a true story for you. So can you tell us about the moment that you decided to leave your own comfort zone?
Yeah, absolutely. I was living back in my hometown, which is Winnipeg. It's in Canada. And I was working for a couple of years in sales. It was going all right. Like, I was, everything was good, looking good on the outside. I had my own place. I had a good job. I had all my friends and family around me, but I was really stuck in this feeling of like, oh, this kind of just feels mundane. And even though it's what most people quote unquote want, right? But it wasn't what I wanted. So I remember just every day driving to work being like, I want to be making music. I want to be doing exactly what I've always wanted to do, which is exactly that, make music. And it got to a point where I just said, you know what, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to make that call. And then I got a call, like literally from my team, asking me like what I need to make the move out there. And I took it as that sign, as like, okay, it's time to go. And then I quit my job, and I told my friends and family that, I'd be moving out to Los Angeles.
Was that a scary question to answer? Like, what do you need to move out here? And it's like, okay, it's do or die now, right?
Yeah, there was definitely, I could feel the pressure on me, because it felt like for the first time ever, the clock was really ticking on trying to make this happen or trying to make this work. And in some ways, that's scary, but I feel like I work a lot better in those pressured situations, because it's go time.
Yes, man. I get that too, man. Your brain is analytical. You're in sales, did fairly well, but your heart was not there. And you followed your heart, man. Congratulations. Not many do that.
Thank you.
All right, guys, are you ready to jump into a hot single? We have "I Left My Hometown" by Viisi, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
I left my hometown, yeah. I left that whole crowd, live in these hotels. Why won't you come with me, baby? Oh, mama, I won't tell. No, I won't. I don't know how low I can't go till I throw my life away. 'Cause I won't be home tonight. So don't ask why I ain't there tonight. 'Cause I don't know who I used to know. 'Cause I won't be home tonight. It's not that I won't miss it, but it's got me acting cynical. 'Cause everybody crazy trying to keep me thinking typical. But I don't wanna hear it, you people are all identical. Why won't you come with me, baby? Oh, mama, I won't tell. No, I won't. I don't know how low I can't go till I throw my life away. 'Cause I won't be home tonight. So don't ask why I ain't there tonight. 'Cause I don't know who I used to know. 'Cause I won't be home tonight.
Hey, what's up, long time? I forgot to mention that, oh, by the way, this is Deanie, Vigilantes Radio Live, VP of Operations for Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, Only One Theory dropped a new single. It is called La Jefecita. It's on Spotify. As a matter of fact, it's on all major platforms. You should check it out right now. Oh, and by the way, there's also a visual on YouTube. It's hot. Check it out today. Onlyonetheory.com. Check that out too. Peace.
All right. Welcome back, guys. That was viisi with this incredible song, I Left My Hometown. All right, let's go ahead and bring him back. Hey, you're back with us in the mix. How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, man. Yep. All right, so you have a new record releasing this month. I tried to get a sneak peek of it, man, but your team, they wouldn't let me. So
I'm sorry.
But I know it's good. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so it's a song I actually wrote. I came to LA for the first time, and I came here for a couple of months back in 2021, and I was just doing as many sessions as I could, and this was one of the songs that came from those sessions, and I felt like there was just a fire under me at that time, just because I was in LA and I was doing the thing that I loved. So many special records came from that time, and this is the one that's on the top of all of them. I pushed myself outside my boundary again, in the same sort of way that I did with I Left My Hometown, with that, that sort of pop punk feel, but I feel like I do it just a little bit better and a little bit more with this record called Paradise. It's a song with a lot of juxtaposition in it, where the paradise is this toxic relationship where you and this person, you continue to fight over and over again, but for some reason you just won't leave, and it's like the fighting and the toxicity is the paradise.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh yeah, and that drops when?
Sorry?
When does that drop?
May 17th.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, make sure you put that on your calendar, May 17th. So viisi, well, with viisi, it represents the past, the present, and future. How do you integrate these elements into your music?
When I'm writing, a lot of the time, I'll be thinking about just the life the things that I've gone through in life, regardless of the era or regardless of the time. The way that I like to write the most is I'll just put on the instrumental, and whatever comes to my brain, it'll just start coming out. It's like I'm having a conversation essentially, and it's just whatever memory is struck or whatever feeling is struck from whatever past thing that I've gone through or whatever future anxiety that I'm going through essentially.
Yeah. So speaking of things that you go through, some of your lyrics, some of the nature of your themes and songs mention, pulling from family conflicts and fallouts. You dive deep into your experiences and emotions. How do those closest to you respond to when you're vulnerable like that?
It's definitely a scary feeling, and every time I do it, there's always that question of how are people going to take this, and it's always super supportive. I actually can't believe how supportive the people around me are, whether it's friends, family, whatever. It blows my mind every single time, but they're just so happy for me no matter what, so I couldn't be more grateful.
Yes, sir. Does it lead to healing?
I think so. It for me at least, at the very least for me, it does. Absolutely.
Nice. So, man, looking forward, what are your aspirations for your music career? You're taking off, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just going to keep working as hard as I can. I want to just garner a larger family of people who come back to listen to this music and appreciate it. I'm not the typical artist. I'm not releasing the same sounding music every single time. Sometimes I want to rap, and sometimes I want to sing. And I want a audience of people that appreciate just different types of genres and different sounds, and then do those live performances where people can come and enjoy that music. And I want to be able to be doing a lot more shows by the end of the year for those people.
Yes, sir. Man, if Conan O'Brien walked into your room, what would you say to him?
I would ask him if he'd want to do a 23andMe, because at this point it's just a little bit too weird how similar we look.
Yeah, man, you should play like a younger version of him in a movie or something.
I would love to. That's one of my life goals. That's on the bucket list for sure.
Yes, sir. I seen that. I was like, yo, he looks like Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, my whole life people have told me I look like someone, and it's always a redhead, but the one that I actually really do see is the Conan O'Brien is the one that's like, okay, I do see that one.
Yeah. All right, man. Where can our listeners connect with you online?
Anywhere that you stream music, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, whatever it may be, I have music on all these different platforms.
Absolutely. And listeners, just in case you didn't get them or you don't know where to look, you're busy with your fingers, no worries. I have it covered. I will include all of the links in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is just click those links. That is all for today's session with Viisi on Vigilantes Radio. So thank you so much, Viisi, for joining us and sharing your incredible journey and stories behind your music. To our listeners, make sure to check out I Left My Hometown and follow Viisi's evolving musical adventure. Remember to subscribe to our channel, leave a rating, share this episode with your music-loving friends. Your support helps us continue to bring amazing artists like Viisi to the spotlight. Of course, he has a spotlight of his own. You should check him out. He's a very, very phenomenal artist. And if you enjoyed today's show, consider buying us a coffee over at buymeacoffee.com/Vigilantes Radio to keep these conversations alive. Thank you guys for tuning in and keep chasing those dreams. Have a great evening, Viisi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/Only1Media Group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website,
which again is onlyonemediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request some music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Denny, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.
What's up, guys? It's Dini, and I want to welcome you on a journey of the heart and of the mind. These Fucking Feelings podcast is a beacon in the world of mental health advocacy, and it invites you to join a conversation that's changing lives. We are here to share, listen, and grow together. Led by the passionate Michael Bravery, alongside the insightful Rebecca and Crystal. This award-winning podcast dives deep into the human experience, from navigating relationships to coping with loss. No topic is off limits. It's about real stories and real emotions. These Fucking Feelings is more than just a show. It's a community, a place where vulnerable isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. You can find it across major platforms, including YouTube and Facebook Watch. This podcast is a touchstone for anyone seeking understanding and support. These Fucking Feelings podcast, where every emotion is valid and every story matters. Tune in and transform the way you see mental health.